and welcome to Radio Vision Network, Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. I'm Carol Moore, and my 300-year-old home is known as Whitebriar. And all the animals we bring here on our show live at our farm here in Edgewater Park, New Jersey. And every session we open our time with you with the Ben Franklin Stamp Club, and we call the meeting to order, and the Ben Franklin Stamp Club is now open for business. Now, what do we do here? We honor the name of Benjamin Franklin, who was the very first Postmaster General here in the United States, and we honor him every single day by using postage stamps. And if you would like to start and become a member of the Ben Franklin Stamp Club, it's very easy. There is no cost whatsoever. You can send me a self-addressed stamped envelope to Whitebriar in Beverly, New Jersey. 08010 is the zip. And I will send you in return a page from an empty stamp book. Now, what you do is you take this stamp page and you send it to work with Mom and Dad and have them make you 20 copies so you can get started collecting stamps. Before you know it, you will have plenty of stamps just like this in your collection, just by saving the stamps that's on the corner of any envelope that Mom and Dad get coming in the mail. One of the stamps which we're talking about today looks like it's a whole page, like one giant stamp, but you know, truly it is a whole bunch of little peely-off stamps that are used on the corner of your envelope to mail your postage. And today we're also inviting you to stop by the cafe on Cooper Street at Whitebriar, and I can't mail this to you because it is too heavy, but I can hand it to you. I have about 20 of these, and this is actually telling all of the United States Post Office history from right on up, from 1779, and this was done in 2006. So if you would like this nice copy, I would be more than happy to give it to you. I have a couple dozen of them, and I love to share, so I will share them with you when you stop by at the cafe. The cafe is right there at the Bed and Breakfast on Cooper Street in Edgewater Park. And today we're going to be talking about what do animals do in the wintertime. Now, Breon has a couple pictures for me, so put one of those pictures up. And this is the buffalo. The buffalo is on a postage stamp, and you notice it was a long time ago because you see the number of cents. It only costs 6 cents to buy this stamp to send a letter, and that is a very, very old stamp. And we're talking about the buffalo, and in the summertime the buffalo would rub against a tree and scrape off any extra hair that he had grown in the wintertime because it gets itchy and it is too hot. So the animals rub on a tree or a rock, or if there's a building nearby, they'll rub on that, and that'll get the fur off of them. So the buffalo in wintertime grows a whole lot of extra fur. What's our next stamp look like? Oh, the bear has a certain way of taking care of himself in the wintertime. He actually crawls in a hole. It's called a cave. And during the summertime, he eats and gobbles plenty of berries and nuts and anything he can find. They are kind of an omnivore, that they will eat anything. And if he can find a honey tree, he'll eat as much honey as he can. And that builds up a layer of fat around his body. And that layer of fat is what he lives on all winter because he actually goes into a hibernation. So you have a choice if you're an animal and winter is coming. You can hibernate into a hole and sleep all winter long until the spring, or you actually can fly away. How about another picture there? All right, here's a guy. This is a beaver. Do you know what beavers do in the wintertime? They have a home that is underwater, but there's enough airspace under there that they can breathe because they are mammals, okay? So the pond in your lake may freeze over, but there'll be one little breathe hole where this little fellow the beaver can come down, go all the way down in his burrow, which is dry underneath. And he can stay there for the winter. He comes out during the winter on a sunny day, but predominantly he has brought enough roots and tree branches, and he can chew his way right through the winter, coming in and out only in nice weather. How about the next one? Oh, the eagles. With all birds, this is what they do. They have an opportunity to lose their feathers in the middle of summer. Summertime, it's hot, and they don't need all their feathers. And that process is called molting. And they don't lose all their feathers at one time, so they don't look like a naked bird. They just lose a feather and grow a feather, lose a feather and grow a feather. And by the end of August, they have stopped losing their feathers, and now they grow the new feathers so that by December, when it's really getting cold, they have plenty of feathers to keep them warm. And do we have another one, Byron? Okay. And so animals do different things to keep warm and to survive over the winter. And we can see from our postage stamps that there's a whole series of animals that we could put in our collection. So what I want you to do is to send me that self-addressed stamped envelope so you can get started on this interactive television show that we can be members of the Ben Franklin Stamp Club together. Right now we're going to close the Stamp Club for today. And we'll see you next time on the Ben Franklin Stamp Club here at Radio Vision Network, Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. We'll be back shortly with something else that's very, very fun. So stay tuned.
Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Mercier's has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
they're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology,
all with one goal in mind:
to get you back in the game.
We call life
Pain-free,
drug-free,
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping.
And we're back with Radio Vision Network, Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. I'm Carol Moore, and today we're talking about pineapples. And it's easy enough to cut a pineapple. Have you ever done it? I've done it many, many times. As a matter of fact, the first part of the pineapple that you cut is just chop his head off. Easy enough. Take this, and guess what? There is a whole history of the pineapple that shows that there was a slave in the 1850s who worked very hard for her master, who owned a pineapple plantation, and she said, if you're going to throw away these heads, can I have them anyway? And he said, sure, take all you want. So she took 100, and then she came back for another 100. And she took them home and she planted them into her garden. And she became a very, very wealthy woman in the pineapple industry. Because if you plant this, just put its roots in the dirt just a little bit, and lo and behold, it will grow a pineapple. But meanwhile, we're going to harvest this one. Harvest is the word that we call it. Excuse me. Now, Mom and Dad are going to have to help you because this is a big knife. And all we're doing is slicing around the edges. Now, this part you're not going to eat because it's prickly. You wouldn't be able to chew it. But there's a little bit of meat on the inside. Suck the juice out of that. If you've had pineapple out of a can, they add sugar. I don't know why. I guess it's a preservative. But a ripe pineapple, and how do you know it's ripe? If you go to the store and you buy a pineapple, you're going to look at this part. See how it came out? See if I can pull another one. See how it came out? That means it's ready to be eaten. And that's what you want to do. So what you're going to do here, cut off the end. Now, inside the center is a very hard core. My father loved to chew on the hard core. So what I do, some people take a very long drill and go right down the center. That's too messy. It's easy enough if you just cut your pineapple this way. Now notice, I'm not cutting all the way through. I'm leaving that center core right in the middle. Now, do not throw this part away. This center core. So delicious. But meanwhile, we've got the good part here, and all we're going to do is cut it into chunks. Put it in a dish and serve it. Now this is a great snack for after school. So you can do it before you go to bed at night and eat some of the pineapple then. And then put the rest in a baggie like I'm doing right here. And when you get home from school, it's going to be waiting for you. Good and sweet, delicious, and full of vitamin C and all the nutrition that is in a fruit. So that's how to harvest a pineapple. And think of the old lady who decided to use the cut-off top part of the pineapple plant and plant it in her garden. And she ended up a millionaire because she had an entire pineapple company that she owned all by herself. And she started out as a slave. So nothing is impossible. You want to do something, you do it. Do it well, work hard, be positive, don't hurt anybody's feelings, and you're set. And you can be a success as well. We'll see you in a bit. We have a craft coming up here on Radio Vision Network, Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. Be right back.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Merciers has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
They're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
Our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care,
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology
all with one goal in mind.
to get you back in the game,
We call life
pain-free,
drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
And we're back with Radio Vision Network, Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. And Thanksgiving is just about 10 days away when we're doing this show. And so I wanted to show you something that you could make for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I have made many of them, and these are the teeny weeny little napkins. See the little blue and white gingham that I have? And I use that for tea parties when I do little girl tea parties at the bed and breakfast and at the cafe. And I was taught this by Alma Burr, my neighbor. And she used to do a lot of dinner parties when she was an active working woman. And she needed napkins. This is, yeah, you can use paper napkins that you use every day. You can use paper napkins that have autumn leaves on it and fancy paper napkins. But it's even nicer if you recycle and use cloth napkins. And this is a cloth napkin. And if you can see that it has a fringe on the edge, that fringe takes no sewing whatsoever, and everybody can do it. You can absolutely do it sitting in front of the TV and watching exactly TV and doing this at the same time. Mrs. Burr had one of every color to go with whatever season of the year, so you can see those here. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go find an old shirt that doesn't fit you anymore, or maybe one of Daddy's old shirts that doesn't fit him anymore, and I want you to ask Mommy if you can have it to cut it up. And you're just going to cut it up into squares about that big. Okay, big enough so you can wipe your hands after you eat that turkey dinner. And you're going to make about 4 of them. And what you're going to do is you're going to start to unravel it. Fabric is made by threads that are tied together on a loom. And the threads just pull right off. See me pulling them off? Okay, so you're going to sit and watch TV, and your hands are going to be working at the same time. You're just going to pull the threads off. Now these two are going home with my producer's daughters because they're in school now, so they can't be here at the show, but I always bring them something. So this is their craft project for this Thanksgiving. So they have to go to every edge, just pull off the threads, go around to the next side. See the threads? I'm just pulling them off. Some are long, some are not long. Sometimes you get a knot, no problem. Pick a different thread. Go differently and keep pulling the threads off. And what you're doing is you're actually unweaving the cloth. Okay? You're taking the threads off that somebody meticulously put together to make a solid piece of fabric. But we don't need the solid piece of fabric now. We want to make a nice little fringe around the outside. Of course, if you knew how to sew, you could put a hem around the outside. But I think that the fringe around the outside looks so much better than just having a store-bought looking hem around it. And you just keep on going around and around, okay? So once you get it all fringed, you fold it in half, flatten it with your hands, excuse me, and fold it in thirds. So it's going to be this size, because this is the size that will lay next to the plate for your Thanksgiving dinner. Now, if you have some old ribbons left from maybe old hair ribbons or something like that, let me try this shorter one, and you want to really make it look fancy, you just take a ribbon and tie it around, and you don't have to make a bow, just make a square knot, flatten it out, make it look pretty, and here's 2 napkins that you can make for Thanksgiving dinner and be a part of making it a special day. And the best part is we have done recycling. We have reused an old shirt to make these napkins. We will wash them and save them for next year, so we're not putting them in the trash like a bunch of paper napkins would go. And that's our story here today on Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar, our recycle projects, our craft items, and I hope you'll give it a try. Just sit by the TV and pull apart the little threads until you get enough fringe that it looks like Mrs. Burr's. See how hers are fringed? And it will really be a nice contribution for you to bring to the Thanksgiving table. You can also get a shirt, old blouse of Mother's that is red or green for Christmas, and make some. Start now. Make 12. Make a whole bunch of them. Make them mix and match. What fun you can have recycling, repurposing fabric. All right, that's it today. We'll talk to you next time on Radio Vision Network. Don't go away. We still have an animal coming up. Be right back.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Mercier's has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
They're not all created equal.
That's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology,
all with one goal in mind:
to get you back in the game
we call life.
Pain-free,
Drug-free,
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services.
Radio Vision Network, Carol Moore as Mrs. Whitebriar here on Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. And this is our animal segment. No, I don't have a live animal here today. What I have is some live animal skins. These are skins that came from Africa. This one in particular happens to be the tail of an animal, and this would have gone over his hips. And the reason we're bringing the skins here was to show you how animals adapt in the wintertime. Remember, we said they have a couple choices. They can fly away, like migrating birds that go south in the wintertime where there's plenty of water that's open and not frozen over, and plenty of food for them to eat. They can hibernate, which we talked about the bear, who hibernates. He eats, gobbles up everything he can during the summer, so he has lots of fat on his body, and then he goes to sleep in a hole called a cave, and he goes to sleep and he lives on that fat that's around him, and he doesn't come out till spring. But the other option is to grow fur. This is called adapting to the weather. So this animal was harvested in the wintertime when his fur was nice and thick. Now in the summer, his fur would be itchy, and he would rub against a tree or something to rub it off so that he would be cooler in the hot weather. And this is one example from Africa, but we don't have to go all the way to Africa. We can go right here in New Jersey. This is a deer skin, and this deer are only harvested in the cold weather months, just because of health habits, and so you'll see this is very, very thick. Now, if this was a deer that had been killed in the summertime, and we saw his carcass on the road and we stopped to look at the fur, it would not be this thick because he is prepared for winter. He needs a winter coat on, just like you wear a winter coat. The deer wear a winter coat. So that's it for Radio Vision Network, and we'll see you next time on Radio Vision Network, Camp with Mrs. Whitebriar. Have a great day.
The knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure